Hi, it's Dorothy Guining with Scrapbooking Quebec, and I am thrilled to be here today participating in the Mercy Tiara 27-Day Challenge Winter Inspiration YouTube Hop. I'm going to be doing a layout process video today inspired by this mood board, and it's one of many challenges taking place right now on the Facebook group Mercy Tiara's 27-Day Challenge, and you have until March 31st to participate. I'll talk more about these challenges later on, but I will put a link to the Facebook group as well as to all the other YouTube Hop participants below, so be sure to check them out. Full disclosure, mood boards terrify me, and this is my first time actually doing one. I always find them beautiful, but I never have a clue where to start, and this one was no different. It clearly has an Irish vibe to it, and almost an old world look as well. So I'm going to tell you how I started this. Basically, I forgot about my end result, what I was supposed to do, and I just started gathering material from my stash that reminded me of this board. So I have a pile of photos from Ireland, some old castles, and I also found some paper from 49 and Market. It has that old world look, so I'm going to start there. Already it was getting a bit easier. I wasn't thinking about my end result. I wanted to bring in a bit of green, so I found this. It's not the same green, but it will do. It's in that off-white paper. And I needed something with shamrocks because there's a banner with shamrocks on this mood board. So I have that stamp set by Stampin' Up, and I also have a triple banner punch. And I pulled out that leaf punch as well as some green ink. Now I wanted to bring in some brushed silver like those spoons, so I found that chicken wire paper from Stampin' Up. It's been in my stash for a long time, and also some twine with some silver flecks. And then I brought in those clear epoxy dots, and that reminds me of the glass, the smoothie that's on it. So that's the material I came up with. And already I'm getting excited about creating a page. But before I was overwhelmed, I had no idea where to start. But the fact that I erased the page from my mind and just went and gathered stuff from my stash that reminded me of this board, it was kind of fun. Anyway, what I'm doing now is preparing my foundation page. So that off-white paper is going to be my base page, and I'm taking this other paper and I'm basically going to create almost a mini page, a layered mini page. So I'm cutting up parts right now, and I am putting measurements on the screen, but for this mini page, you're going to notice I'm putting measurements for 3 pieces, a smaller one. That's because at the very end of this video, I come in and I add another little piece. At this point, I'm not quite sure where I'm going with the page. Anyway, so I'm putting measurements for 3, and I would recommend you go through the entire video if you want to copy this, and then come back and you'll see what I mean by that. So I take this chicken wire paper and I'm absolutely loving it. I'm layering it up underneath the photos. Like I said, I've never touched it before, and had I not used this mood board and just been digging through my material looking for stuff that reminded me of this board, I probably wouldn't have used it for a long time either. So another good reason to use a mood board, or for me, it's like a new discovery. Anyway, so now as you can see, I'm adhering my mini page together, but I'm not going to adhere this to the foundation page quite yet because I'm not quite sure where my title's going to go and how much room it's going to take. As you can see, Chester has decided to come and visit and see what's going on here. If you've been watching my videos, you've noticed possibly that he's probably doubled in size in the past month. Now I want to bring in this green floral paper. I don't have much of it, but what I'm going to do is use it for my banner. So I'm trimming it down at 1 inch, and I have this triple banner punch by Stampin' Up. So I'm going to snip the end and then cut it at 1.5 inches. No, actually it's 1 3/4 inches long. Now obviously if you don't have a banner punch, this is very easy to replicate. All you do is cut yourself a strip and then snip a fishtail in the end. And over the next minute or so, what I'm going to do is I'm going to take that off-white paper, some scraps that I had, and I'm going to stamp shamrocks on it. Then I'm going to punch those out with circles, pop them up with foam adhesive on top of the banner, and then I'll snip some holes in the banner and string some twine through it. But while I'm doing this, I want to talk about this YouTube hop and the challenges on the Mercy Tierra 27-Day Challenge Facebook group. Basically, all month long, there are a whole bunch of challenges taking place in this group. There are a bunch of sketches, there are different mood boards, there's an ABC challenge, and then there's more. And some of these have prizes. Also, there's a special bonus prize for today, and I think you have to scrap lift one of the YouTube hop people and do something, flip the page or something like that. Anyway, there's a whole bunch of details written in the description box below, so be sure to check that out, and be sure to check out the other participants as well as the Facebook group. There's lots of inspiration out there. Also, what we're doing today, this YouTube hop, we are all taking one of the challenges and showing you what we're doing with it. So you have inspiration for all the challenges out there today. Anyway, back to my page here. So basically what I'm going to do is string up a small banner at the bottom of this page, and what's developing here is a diagonal design. So it's top heavy on the top left, and it kind of goes down towards the right corner at the bottom. I cut out my title in advance with those dies by Altenew. It's called the Tall Alpha die set. I showed it to you a minute ago, and I adhered it to wax paper just to play around with placement a bit. And now that I know where my title's going to go, I'm going to adhere this mini page to the foundation page. So I'm going to adhere this title to the page right now, and after that I'll string up the border underneath it, the banner, and the other banner will go in the top right corner, and I'll do some more decorations. Now, had I not done this mood board, there are things that I probably never would have brought together. For example, I probably would never have brought this paper by 49 in Market. That's the gray and off-white paper with that Carta paper. I probably wouldn't have got out those shamrock stamps, and I certainly wouldn't have got those chicken wire papers. Anyway, I guess what I'm saying is I'm kind of thrilled because I've been looking at mood boards for a long time, and I've always been overwhelmed. I had absolutely no idea where to start. I guess what I was thinking was, I've got this mood board and I have to come up with a final page. How do I do this? But the fact that I stopped thinking about my final page and just started gathering material was really, really helpful for me. I've been babbling on, but as you can see, I took that leaf punch and cut myself out a bunch of leaves with that off-white paper, the scraps that I had, as well as with the scraps from the green paper. So all I'm doing is creating a couple clusters, one above the title and one in the top left-hand corner behind that banner. You're going to see in a moment I actually come back and add a third cluster down towards the bottom of the title. But before I do that, I am going to add some journaling lines. Now this is a stencil by Echo Park called Back to School, and as you can see, it's very well loved. And what I'm doing is putting it in place with washi tape. I'm also masking the areas that I don't want to ink, and I have basic gray ink by Stampin' Up! And a sponge brayer, and I'm just adding a few journaling lines. And I'll do my journaling at the end, and you'll see that once the video is finished and the still photos are at the end. So I come in and I add these little enamel dots. I did have some colored enamel dots as well, but I did go with those clear ones that I initially selected. And there I go, coming in with those leaves at the end. And I actually come back at the end, and this is where I'm going to add another strip of paper in the middle there. At that point, I felt my page was just missing something. Usually I add a frame behind my pages, and I think that's kind of bothering me here, but this background paper by 49 and Market is absolutely gorgeous. There's like this almost like a mixed media look behind it, but it's already done. It's really, truly, truly beautiful. And it's also a great paper to use if you have any kind of old world look photos. It's absolutely great. Anyway, there is my final page. I hope you enjoyed this video. If you did, please give it a thumbs up. Don't forget to subscribe to Scrapbooking Quebec if you haven't already. And be sure to check out all the other participants. Their links are listed in the comments below, and make sure you check out Mercy Tiara's 27-day challenge Facebook group as well. You have until March 31st to participate. Thank you so much for watching, and have a great day.